Guys, welcome to another episode of Power of Logic. I have a long time that didn't make videos. Today, I'm gonna talk about something called inverse functions, which, as you guys can know, you will learn this in pre-calculus, but it can be a really helpful tool for AMC 10 and 12 problem solving. So let's get started. So first, let's start. We know that any function can be written as f of x, right? This is our function. And how can we write an inverse function? An inverse function will be f to the negative 1 of x, right? This is going to be the inverse function. But what does the inverse function mean? Well, we know that when we want to define inverse, it means the opposite. So, if we have a function, let's say y equal to 5x, the inverse, we just want to write it as x equals 5y, and which means y equals x over 5. And this will just substitute y as x. And that's what makes our inverse function. What's this? That's our inverse function. Okay, so let's say, let me erase everything. Let's say if we have f of x is equal to x squared, which this is just basically y equals x squared, then what is going to be our inverse function? Use the substitution technique, we'll get x equals y squared, and y is equal to the square root of x. But we just substitute x as y here. Okay, let's make an exercise. So let's say if you have, so let's make an exercise. Let's say if you have a function f of x equals 2x squared, find the intersection point of f of x and the inverse of f of x. So let's start. So first we want to find what is the inverse of this, right? What's the inverse of this? So for this we can just basically say, since this is basically y equals 2x squared, and this is just going to be x equals 2y squared, and we solve it by divide by 2, we get divide 2 by each side, we'll get x over 2 equal to y squared, right? And then we square root both sides, we'll get y is equal to the square root of x over 2. Let's put it here. Okay, let's just put it here. Let's just put it here, okay? We're gonna erase everything. What? For the sake of the, okay. So Now we can set up an equation, which is 2x squared is equal to the square root of x over 2, right? Since we know that 2x squared is equal to the square root of x over 2, then we can see that we can basically square this. We have to square this. Square both sides, so this will get 4x to the fourth power is equal to x over 2. But we don't want a fraction over here, so we're going to multiply both sides by 2, and you get 8 times x to the fourth power is equal to x. And then turn this into a polynomial. And we can factor this as x times 8x cubed minus 1. And from this, we know that this is one case x is equal to 0, but yeah, this is the origin, but they also intersect at another point, which this is going to be equal to 0. And we know that if this is equal to 0, then 8 and then 8x cubed is equal to 1. And clearly, so we can just basically say x, this is just because 2x to the cube equal to 1, which means 2x equal to 1, x equal to 1 half. And then we substitute it back in. We know that both of the case when y is going to equal to 1 half. So the intersection point is 1 half comma 1 half, which is also 0.5 comma 0.5. So let's delete everything. Let's start. So today I'm going to tell you guys a really powerful trick. It's the function of the inverse function of x. And we know that this is always going to be equal to x. I found this by several experiments, so let's see. So let's say we just can use the previous example. Y is equal to x squared and y is equal to square root of x over 2. Okay. So for this, if we want, this is basically just f of the square root of x over 2. Right? This is just what this is saying. And the function of this is equal to 2x squared, so this is basically just 2 times square root of x over 2 squared is basically just 2. But 2 times x over 2, which is equal to x. Is that pretty easy? So let's say if we have a function f of x is equal to x to the fifth power plus 3x cubed plus 528, and we want to find what is the inverse function, what is f of this and this, then this will just be, and this will just be x indeed, right? This is just gonna be the value of x. So let's see if f of x is equal to, let's say that if x is equal to 2, then this will become the 32 plus 24, 56, 30 plus 24, 56 plus 50, which is going to be 584. This is going to be a value of f of x. Then by using this trick, we know that this is always going to be equal to 2. Thank you for watching. See you next time.